In this lecture, we are going to work with progress dialogues. To start, run Android Studio. I create a new project and I name it, for example, Progress Dialog. Next, I set the minimum SDK to API 15 or Android 4 and next, empty activity and next, and I click Finish. I wait until Android Studio creates our project. Alright, my project was created successfully, and now inside the main activity class, I am going to define an object from the Progress Dialog class. So I type Progress Dialog and I name my object Dialog. Inside the onCreate method, I instantiate my dialog object. I type dialog equals new progress dialog. Now inside the parentheses, I must enter a context. I type main activity.this. This means that my progress dialog will be displayed on the main activity. Next, I type dialog.setTitle, which defines the title for my progress dialog. So I pass it a string, for example, progress dialog. After the title, I define a message for my progress dialog. I call setMessage and then I enter my text. For example, I type please wait. So far, we defined a title for our progress dialog and also a message. Now all we have to do to show our progress dialog is to call the show method. Now let's check out the result on the emulator. Okay, our application was launched successfully on the emulator. As you can see, our progress dialog is shown. Very easily and using several simple methods, we were able to create and display a progress dialog. Now I want to point out something about progress dialogs. These dialogs are created in two types. One of them is circular, like the one we have here, And the other is when our progress dialog has a progress bar, in which case it is called a linear progress dialog. In this lecture, we will be working only with circular progress dialogs. For this progress dialog, we have defined a title and a message. Our progress dialog's accent color follows color accent by default. In order to change your progress dialog's accent color, you should change the value of the color accent item. Okay, I stop my emulator and I go to the resource section. Inside the values folder, I open colors.xml. I remove the value of the color accent item, and for its value, I use a material color. For example, I select light blue. I copy the color code for A200 and I return to Android Studio. And I paste the code inside the color accent item. Now I'm done with colors.xml, so I close it. Let's run our project on the emulator. Alright, our project is successfully running on the emulator. As you can see, our circular progress dialog's accent color has changed to light blue. And that's it for circular progress dialogs. You can use this type of progress dialogs depending on your needs and your project. To hide the progress dialog, all you have to do is to call the cancel method. You can use this method when you need to deactivate your progress dialog. For now, I don't need this method, so I comment it out. And that's it for circular progress dialog. In the next lecture, we will generate a signed APK for this application.